place.
Oh,
Diana
so
goes.
we're running my meeting?
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, now, what's your name?
Dave,
Dave. Oh, you're Dave. I'll be okay.
You're Jim, he's
I've had a tough week. And I belong in the hospital. Anyway, so we're gonna sing Don't You Hear Those Lions Roar. Now, you probably have never heard the song.
Nope.
Okay, you've probably never been to a Lions Club meeting. Very good. Perfect man for it. So they're gonna sing to you. And if they don't sing it correctly, they have them sing it again. Got it? If they don't sing it to your satisfaction and my satisfaction, they gotta do it again. My record is three times. So they don't wanna do that because they're hungry. They're hungry. Okay, so it's Don't You Hear Those Lions Roar? And probably a couple other people have heard the song. But you never heard? Oh, you're gonna love God Bless America then. Okay. Don't you hear those lions roar? So you gotta listen to this. Ready, set, hit.
Don't you hear those lions roar? Don't you hear those lions roar? You can hear them roaring every week, every week, that's how roar. Don't you hear those lions roar? They're snarling, rumbling, roar. So roar. Hear those lions, hear those lions, hear those lions roar.
So now you've heard for one time. What do you think? You
not
think-
bad, I've had stereo here.
You think you could improve? Could you, a team like you and I, you think we could improve that or not?
You get them doing what they leave, one of the two.
Well, they're getting hungry. They already, they're. I don't think he wants to hear it again.
Oh, they did pretty good.
It's the first time you ever heard it, no.
I was
Okay,
listening to you
I see.
and them.
Oh, I see. Oh, you did have stereo.
I'm assuming you did it right.
There you go.
Where's the tail twister? Where's that tail twister? Anyway, it's God Bless America. Everybody sings this one, right?
Yep.
We sing it with gusto.
Yep.
That is gusto, right from the gusto. Okay, ready, set, hit. God bless.
America. Land that love. Stand beside her.
Hey,
And guide her through the night with the light from above.
hey,
From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, wide and bold.
Oh,
West America, my home, sweet home. God, West America, my home, sweet home.
oh, that's beautiful. Well, it made me cry. Yeah, it was good. We're gonna do it, we're gonna do a pledge of allegiance. Behind me is the flag, I think. It's where? It is behind me. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's wrong.
Okay.
There's no.
Just remain standing. Muriel has our invocation tonight.
I've been trying to cut that for years.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the success of our many meetings we have gone to. The counting of used eyeglass at the zone meetings and the meeting at Bedford where we heard Dr. Dolores Kowalski speak. We have been fortunate in very many ways to be part of the meetings. We thank you for all of our dedicated members, and the absent members. They are never forgotten. Thank you for our speaker, David Heyduck, from the Honor Flight group. We will learn how our veterans are remembered. We pray for the success of our white cane collection this weekend. We are proud to be part of RISE distribution of food at the Washington Heights Methodist Church. We pray for the success of the fall conference. May the parade of checks be enough to cover expenses. We are thankful for the beautiful venue and the people who make the food and serve us. We pray for safe travels home. May we never forget our motto, we serve, and Dr. Patty Hill's mission, changing the world. Thank you again, Father, for your devotion to our members and our service. Amen.
Okay, thank you, Miriam. I can have a seat and we'll carry on. Okay, so we have a lot of new faces, a lot of good to see everybody here again. So I'll make a round and see who's here tonight.
Serial City Lion D. Davis.
Serial City Lion, Bob Harvey.
Serial City Lion Derek Dean.
Serial City Lion Ronnie Rookie.
Oh, no.
Serial City Lion Mike Dusak.
Serial City Lion Teresa Guest. Serial City Lion Judy Butler.
Serial City Lion, Bob Warren.
Serial City Lion Maureen Baca.
Serial City Lion Jim Blum, charter member.
Serial City Lion Harriet Spriggs and Jane Crawl, who is, I believe this is her second time trying us out. And she's got an application right in front of her. She's being sponsored by Mary Wall.
Serial City Lion Scott Swank.
Serial City Lion Hope Swank.
Serial City Lion Muriel Walters, a member of Bedford Area Lions Club.
Serial City Lions, John Stiff.
Serial City Lions, Kay Smith, and I brought the guest speaker tonight, Dave Heyduck.
I'm your president, Brian Cook. We have a guest here tonight, Corinne Anderson. We worked at the styrofoam collection downtown and other things, so we'll welcome her tonight.
Serial City Lion Roger Bossy, and Red O'Leary is on Zoom with us tonight.
Okay.
Red.
Hey, Red.
Hi, everybody.
City Lions.
Diane Elliott, Serial City Lions.
Dorothy Bossy, Serial City Lion, and my guest, Ross Schimmel, who was a Navy medic in the Vietnam War. I invited him for this program tonight, and his wife, my best friend, Nan Schimmel.
Okay, thank you and welcome to everybody here tonight. So, we just want to go through a few of the things our club has been doing and some of the projects we got coming up. First of all, we did Kids Site at Bedford Fall Festival over in Bedford. And Roger, do you want to give us an update on that? What we did for that day?
So we did, we went to the Bedford Fall Festival was the second year that they've been doing this. It used to be an annual event many years ago. Every year they'd have a parade up M37 in the Bedford Village there. So a couple of years, or a year ago, they decided to try to reinvigorate this event. And so this is the second year, and we heard about it a couple of weeks prior to it happening, and so we asked if we could come up and do KidSite testing. And we set up at the Bedford Clubhouse, and we did about 31 kids. And next year we hope maybe we can be down on the island where all the action is. But they weren't sure exactly how many people there were going to be. But anyway, we had a great time. And so yeah, so we had, like I say, 31 kids, and we had 5 referrals, I think, out of that batch. And so, you know, hopefully we'll have some kids that get some help before too long. Thanks everybody for helping out.
All right, and thank you. That was a good project that we put together in a hurry for that. Last Monday, we did the glasses collection for the zone. And we met out to Bedford and boxed up all the glasses that have been donated in the mailboxes and around town and from the different places. We boxed up 5,400 pairs of glasses. Those went to the Special Needs Vision Clinic up in Saginaw. As Mariel said, they actually, Dr. Kowalski and RJ Barnum, the director, they actually came down to Bedford on Tuesday night and talked at the meeting and then took the glasses back. So saved me a trip to Saginaw this time. Okay. And then and Monday night, Teresa had our zone meeting. Want to talk about that?
We had a great turnout for the zone meeting. We started with the zone project, of course, and we had all 5 clubs participate in some way. So that was really exciting to come together as a team. We followed it up with a zone meeting that was supposed to take place at the museum, so that everybody would have a chance to walk around and preview the meeting space and the museum itself, but they had no water that night. So thanks to Bedford, they hosted us that night, last minute, and we had a great turnout. It was really nice to hear from Annette and get a chance to spend time meeting with her and getting to know her a little bit. And she was able to meet everyone in some of the other clubs as well. So we are looking forward to seeing her again at the fall conference.
And I believe Annette is Annette Hemrick. She's our new district governor. And I believe she is on the program to be our speaker at our next regular meeting here in a couple weeks. So, and Kay says, yes, that is true. So come and meet your new district governor and see what she has in store for us. So that'll be a fun meeting to come to as well. Okay. Some other upcoming events and some of the sign up things. We've got the Higgins Lake Leadership Conference, which is a leadership conference that takes place in Higgins Lake. And I'll let District GLT Roger Bossi talk about that.
So yes, some of you may have already signed up for that, but if not, you have a couple of days. The cutoff is Friday to sign up. The club does have some money in our education fund, and so we didn't have the opportunity to designate an amount at our last board meeting. But I would say that if you sign up, then maybe we can go backwards and, you know, talk about that. But we do have some money that could defray some of the expenses. It's $250 for the regular leadership conference. That's basically kind of a basic leadership type of thing. It starts on Saturday. They had to move the schedule. Normally it's Friday through Sunday. This year they had to move it because of a conflict to Saturday to Monday. So if you're retired, that's great. If you're working, maybe not so great. But they have several different aspects to that leadership training. It's 2 nights. The other course is called the FDI, the Faculty Development Institute. And this is something that this is new for this area to do one of these classes. And basically it's to train the trainers, folks who would be doing like classes, doing seminars. And so that class is a little more aggressive. It's $350, costs more because you have another day. And And so you learn a lot, and there's some follow-up after you graduate from that class. You have to do another class. You have to do a course, or you have to give a course, and then someone evaluates you on how well you did. So it's not just you go for the weekend and you're done. There's some follow-up that happens after it. So so anyway, that's happening, and I don't know if Roger's gonna go or not.
He was, but it doesn't look like he's gonna be able to go. I know, it's very disappointing.
Okay, all right. But anyway, so think about it and think quick, because in 2 days you won't be able to sign up anymore. So I think the 13th is the cutoff. So I would encourage anybody that is thinking about it, would like some leadership training, to go ahead and sign up.
Okay, thank you, Roger.
And the food's great.
And the food is good, yeah. Another thing, coming up to, Harry, do you want to talk about Penricton Center
Sure,
kickoff, which is this Friday?
yeah, this
Or
Friday.
the? Kind of what the Penricton Center is.
Sure, it's Penricton Center for the Blind Children. It's an organization that our Lions support. Quite a few of the Lions district support. Plus, they're supported by the Christian Bikers Association. They do not get any funding from the government, so it's all through private donations. And this coming up Friday night, it's their annual dinner, and it's a parade of checks, and they normally get anywhere between 250 and 300,000 in parade of checks. Our district happens to donate to it. Roger and I personally donate to them every month. But they have a big dinner, and it's probably one of the cheapest district things that that's so worthwhile. It's $40, and it's a formal sit-down dinner. You're served. It's beautiful, from the salads all the way to a beautiful dessert. They have silent auctions. They have 50/50s, open bar, not open bar, cash bar, and then entertainment. And this year they've changed it. It's going to be at the Henry in Dearborn, the Henry at the Marriott Hotel. Normally in the past it's been at the Dearborn Inn, but they're under construction, so we had to change. And a lot of us used to go and spend the night at the Dearborn. The cheapest room that we've been able to find at the Henry is $356. So I think we're gonna drive home. I know there's a few of us from our club going. There was still a thing on Facebook that they're still accepting reservations if you want to go. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Harriet. So if you got a free Friday night, you would like to go to the Penricton dinner, sounds like there's still time to check that out. All right. White Cane Collection, coming up Saturday, and Jane Cook's chairing that.
Yes, I am sharing it, but I'm going to be out of town, so my lovely assistant Brian will be the contact on Saturday. It's at Sam's Club. Thank you, everybody that signed up. I have a sheet. If I know I caught a couple people, I'll give everybody the sheet that signed up, so you have phone numbers and a reminder of your schedule. Dress for the weather. We are at the exit, so there is an overhang, but it could be damp out. Keep that in mind. We'll have a table there, Brian. Oh, wear your apron or vest or Lions hat, so we're identified. We've got a table we've been working on to have a display. Hopefully that'll catch people as they come out, catch their eye about, Lions and what we are. I think that was it. Anything I missed? All right, thank you.
All right. So thank you for everybody that signed up for that. We have a full slate. All the slots got filled up, so with multiple people, 2 or 3 people each shift. So thank you very much for signing up for that. And then the following Saturday, the October 21st, and I think there's some flyers back on the table back there, is the district fall conference. And that registration is due, I think, Saturday on the 14th, so you can mail these in. I've had the questions, are we doing like a club, a mass mail-in? And the answer is no. So if you'd like to go to that, just fill this out, send in, it's $15 to go. That includes your lunch, and it's from 9 to 1 at the Sandstone Church over in Jackson. Anything else about that, Teresa? Ms. Stone Chair, so, all right,
Brian,
yeah,
anybody that wants to come out early, we're gonna be, stuffing backpacks, starting at 8. We do have like a continental type breakfast stuff that will be available.
Thank you.
And if you have any yarn, I know that Roberta Sexton is collecting yarn for another, district project.
Yeah.
So.
yeah. So bring your yarn if you have artistic projects. If you'd like to help us stuff the backpacks, that's starting at 8 o'clock that day, then the conference starts at 9. And again, that includes lunch, and they'll have some breakfast snacks there early for those that are stuffing backpacks and driving the long distance and stuff. And there's flyers on the back, so be sure to check that out. And the registration is due this week on that as well. Okay. Winter camp, the Clear Lake Camp, which is the Battle Creek Outdoor Education Center. They are also this Saturday. There's a big day this Saturday. You know, Ferris plays Grand Valley. You know, what else is there? Oh yeah, and then we're doing White Cane and but Ferris plays Grand Valley this Saturday at Grand Valley in case you know, and you can come and do White Cane and go to the football game just in case. But also Clear Lake Camp, the Outdoor Education Center. They are having an open house on Saturday from 11 to 4, and you can go out there, tour the camp, and they're having a silent auction. You can get some lunch out there and see all the facilities out there. And there's some flyers on that on the back table as well. That's 11 to 4 at the Outdoor Education Center. There's also the sign-up sheet on the back for the Outdoor Education Center, our fall cleanup. We've done this the last few years. We try to make it a district event. I've got verification the district is buying us lunch that day and the snacks and everything, so that's going to be good. We have some of the cadets from the Youth Academy coming to help us, and we usually just kind of do what we need to do, rake leaves or wash windows or do some painting, general cleaning, depending on how many people we have on that day. So that's going to be Saturday, November 11th, and that's from 10 to 4. So if you think that's something, we got a little time, but if it's something you might be interested in, make sure to sign up on my sheet on the back for the camp cleanup. All right. And also in November, which will be here soon, November 18th, we're going to have the downtown Battle Creek Christmas Parade. And last 2 years, last couple of years, we've had our Lions participate in that, and I'll let Hope talk about that.
Okay, we are officially signed up to be in the parade. I know step off is at 5:30. We usually last year worked out good to go to the church, and we have the board meetings and decorate at like noon. I have a sign up sheet. Anybody that wants to help decorate or walk or ride in the parade and wants to help. And they've already, it's supposed to be huge this year. I got an email that they've already got 60 people signed up and entries, and that's not even the majority of their regulars. So it's going to be huge.
Red ticket.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that people have done that before. It's a lot of fun, and I've been down to watch the parade before, and it's a lot of fun downtown. So put that night on your calendar as well. That's November 18th. Hope does have a sign-up sheet out there if you'd like to either walk in the parade or come and decorate. We usually get the kids site trailer for that. All right, we give away a lot of candy, so we're working on getting candy for that. All right, so if you would like to donate some candy, you can bring a bag of candy to the meeting, and then you get a free ticket for the card draw. Okay, so we've got a couple meetings to go, and we need like a lot of candy. All right, so if that's something you can help us with and bring a bag of candy or 2 or 3 or 5, that would be great. And every bag of candy gets a ticket in the card draw. All right, so that'll be great to help with that and another opportunity for the Lions to get out there and be visual in the community. Teresa?
Is that the card draw or the 50-50?
I think we did the, oh, let me get corrected here.
I thought it was the 50-50 last year.
50-50. Okay, we're gonna say you get an extra ticket, you get a ticket in the 50-50. Okay, so it's a 50-50 ticket, one ticket for 50-50, one ticket per bag you bring in. Right, so if you want to bring in like a cartload or a whole box load or a truckload, okay, you can get a lot of entries in that 50-50. Okay, so that'd be great.
For the last 2 years, I was one of the people giving out the candy, and we always run out before we get to the end of the parade. So our goal is to start early and collect a lot this year and set some aside, so the kids at the end get the candy too, so anything you can give, if you don't like candy and you see pencils or fun things, you can bring that too. It's just getting something that's important.
All right, so thank you, Dorothy, and start bringing the candy at the next meeting. That would be great, okay? Kay came up in tonight with another little fundraiser potential or something we might be checking into a little bit more. You want to talk about that, Kay?
Yeah, I do.
Or you
I
can
have
come,
a friend.
Kay, why don't you come on up and then you can
Okay.
introduce your speaker when you're done. So. Kay has something that looks like goes in Brian's garage.
I have a mutual friend, my nephew Nick, and he just joined the Three Rivers Lions Club, and he's making these beautiful bird houses. It's got our Lions logo on the side. It's got a nice Michigan logo on it. And we're looking for somebody or a couple of somebodies that might be willing to make these. I paid $20 for it. It's made out of cedar. He's gonna be making them out of white pine. But if we get a couple of people here that are wanna try their hand at being real creative, we need any help figuring out how to do it. Ken, his name's Ken Bickle, and he will help guide us through it. So we've got some connections with the Three Rivers Lions Club.
Great, everybody's yours.
Yes.
Okay. Right, and so a lot of things going on. Take a look at your upcoming events. Sign up if you're able to here tonight for all the projects and things we've got coming up. And again, welcome to all our new members, and that's just a sampling of some of the things that we do here with our club and that we have going on right now. All right. Kay has our speaker tonight, so I'll let her introduce him.
And it's a real honor, and I'm so proud to be able to introduce Dave Heyduck. For all of you that think you can't find a guest speaker, Dave was just a godsend. He showed up at the garage sale, started talking about some of the things that he knew about, and somebody said, hey, this guy does, I'm sorry, what's it called? Honor Flight. And I don't know how many, he's gonna tell you all about it, but it has a lot to do with veterans going to Washington, DC. So can I introduce him now? Dave Heyduck. I've known Dave a while, worked with him, and great man. So,
as everybody said, my name is David Heyduck. I've been with Talons Out Honor Flight almost since its inception. It was let's see, April 27th of 2013 when it was announced that Talons Out Honor Flight had been granted the permission to be a hub in southern Michigan. So there are, when we have, it's what we call any group that starts to form an honor flight. They have a certain area, and that's a hub. And they're all connected with National. National was actually started in 2005 by Eric Morse and Jim Miller. They were both sons of World War II veterans, and they wondered how, you know, they just couldn't understand. I think Eric worked at a VA, And he wanted to get these veterans to Washington DC to see the memorial because they were getting older. And anyway, so he got, he said he shanghaied about 5 of his friends that happened to have small planes. And they flew these veterans themselves to Washington DC. They took, I think he said 12. That's all they could hold. And he shanghaied another friend of his that used to be a medic in the service to come along. And they did that twice, and he realized that he is never gonna get to see all these World War II vets to DC before they all died. They were dying at a rate of over 1,000. But I believe it was 1,000 a year, but it was quite a few. And that's how Honor Flight was actually born as a national. We started our hub, like I said, in April 27th of 2013. The first flight was October 16th, I believe, of 2013. And this is when I was calling and bugging these people about, hey, you haven't called me yet. You know, I signed up to be a Guardian. Well, I didn't know I was bugging Bobby when they were actually on their maiden flight and they were in DC with the veterans. So, oops. And then, like I said, I've been with them since flight 2 in 2013. I kind of still am, but I've cut back on what I do. I used to do everything. I would show up everywhere, but it's our mission is to take World War II at the time, World War II veterans to Washington, DC to see their memorial at no cost to them. So we fundraise a lot. Back when we first started, I think see what we do is basically rent an airplane for the day. It'll hold the one with somewhere around 90 people, the one that we get. We were charged American and Delta, I believe, were the two, can't remember who the other one was, that was in Kalamazoo Airport. That's where we flew out of. And they would get, we would ask for a bid from them. They swore they were giving us a good deal, but it still cost $55,000 to $60,000 back then to rent an airplane. The same plane that we rent today is over $100,000 for the day. And like I said, we fundraise a lot. COVID hit us pretty bad because 90% of our donations back then was all small business. Small businesses were hurting. So we weren't about to fundraise or ask people for money during COVID. National more or less came out with an announcement that all the hubs were closed down for the duration. For one, it's an elder population that we were taking. 2, all these flights would be coming into Washington, DC to possibly spread it around there. So Washington didn't want us either at the time. It was, yeah. The first flight we did, it was different because we had, back then, we're still talking about just getting, COVID was still around. So we're taking vaccinated veterans first. You know, they kind of got away from that since then, since the first one. But we do what we can. These veterans, most of them just don't understand, because I used to bug this one guy. I just run into him all the time over in Marshall. He was a Korean War vet. And they go, yeah, I've been to DC. I've seen the memorials. It's no big deal. I tell them, you don't understand what it's like to go with a group of your peers. It makes the experience just completely different. And he finally listened. I was there in the morning when the vets were coming in. This is like 5 o'clock in the morning because it's a long day. And he goes, hey, I made it. I turned around. Oh, you know, I never did really know his name, but we just talked all the time. Well, he went on, got on a flight, went to DC, came back. Of course, see, I was supposed to be getting as many military there as possible for the reception when they come back. So I was the first person they saw getting off the plane. And he had that deer in the headlight look. He he just couldn't fathom, you know, the experience that he had. He said, "You were right." Said it was completely different, and I'm glad you talked me into it. But we color code everybody on the plane, by the way, so everybody knows who's what. Red is for the guardians. So guardians know that other person with a red shirt, it'll be similar to this polo shirt, you know, with the Talons Out logo on it, but they'll know he's a guardian because you're going different directions all the time in the morning. And maybe we have some, granddaughter that's taken her grandfather as a guardian, and now maybe he needs a little help in the bathroom. All she's got to do is find another male with a red shirt. And I'll watch your veteran, because we never leave a veteran alone. I'll watch your veteran for a minute. Will you please take mine? And it's never been a problem. It was Navy, kind of a royal blue or something like that for World War II vets, their shirts. It was a dark blue. The medium blue is Korean War, and black, like I'm wearing, denotes Vietnam veterans. I've had a lot of Vietnam veterans that have, let's say, starting to talk because they get around people that have been through the same experience that they have. This is why Vietnam vets never talked to anybody, because they just couldn't understand what they went through. And then when they get home at that time, they didn't get a reception. They got usually a bunch of picketers out there calling them baby killers. I spent my time in Washington, D.C. I taught construction drafting at the Army Engineer Center. I taught the combat engineers that would go to Vietnam. So there was kind of a twofold thing there. No, I didn't go, but I was training people to go over there. So it kind of hits. That's why the Vietnam veterans were close to me. I lost one of my best friends over there, my neighbor. He was killed in Vietnam. The other one I lost a year and a half ago to Agent Orange. So I kind of make this my commitment, was getting all these veterans to DC. Trying to think more about Talons Out, but I put some flyers on the table, and I have more up here if you need any. I think I've covered what I wanted to cover. Now, does somebody have any questions at this time? Yes.
Dave, can you go through what, like, the veterans do? If I go and I get on a plane in Kalamazoo and then I get in Washington, then like, what's the day?
Standard line is you're gonna see your memorials, and we don't tell them anything else because we want them to be a surprise to the veterans. You know, they will see the memorials, which is World War II, which is the top one up there. This is just a fraction of the World War II memorial. It goes around a fountain, and behind the fountain is stars. And then I think, I forgot what they said. It's either 1,000 or 10,000 deaths for each star. It was representing everybody that lost their life in World War II. This is the medium blue I was talking about. So this guy's a Korean War veteran. But see, that lets this veteran know that, hey, this guy was in the same time I was. And that gives them, they can talk to him. I talked to Bud, so only his first name, and he was from a small town just south of here. But he had his shirt on that he was a Silver Star recipient. You could tell his one arm was about half as thick as the other one, so he'd had some issues. And we've been getting along really well, joking with each other. And I said, well, by the way, what did you do to earn that Silver Star anyway? He said, yeah, I got shot 14 times with a machine gun. He said, I don't recommend it. He said, it hurt. I imagine it did. But, we've been lucky on our first flight. We actually flew one of the original Tuskegee Airmen. We've flown 3 veterans that were in all 3 conflicts, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Those were career soldiers, and most of them enlisted right at the end of the World War II. Can't think of anything else that I want to say at the moment. Yes, Kay?
I just have a question about you said you guys operate on donations only. How do we make a donation? I'm not.
Okay, the flyers. Flyers. What happened here? Turn red.
All right, maybe it is.
Here you go. I can talk loud enough. It doesn't bother. I always talk loud. It's all them years working in the factory.
Yeah.
With Kay.
Yeah.
We worked together.
Yes, we did.
There's an address in there. You can go to our website. And I think they have PayPal on there. They can actually make donations through that. There's an address to send checks to. Plus all of our paraphernalia. We sell t-shirts, we sell sweatshirts, we sell jackets, you name it. And we sell it when we have our logo on it. I forgot the name of the company that does it. They're located over there by me too. But we get a percentage of all paraphernalia that's sold. Trouble is, I think the biggest buyers of it are the volunteers at Talons Out. They're proud of what they do. Yes.
And if we have some veterans that, how are they selected to go on that? I mean, do they apply to you, or do you reach out to the list that you have of veterans in the area?
We compile a list. There's a website in there. One's for veterans, one's for volunteers. Anyway. And it goes into a database. The best way to do it is online because it goes straight to the people, which I believe they are in Grand Rapids. And they start and they put all their information into a database. It goes basically by age, the World War II, Korea, Vietnam, but we're taking a load of Vietnam because very few people from Korea have applied. And, oh, yeah. I'll say that. Yes.
So it's not the veteran going by themselves. They have to go, they have a partner that goes with them.
There will be a guardian. Guardians pay their own way, however. We try to get a family member to go, somebody younger, grandchild, uncle, it depends, on the family. If not, that still doesn't stop. We have a list of people that want to be guardians. And they're more than willing to pay their own way. In fact, Kay might remember the one name, Jim Bob Willis. He's been about 3 or 4 times already because he's found it's the best way to be a guardian. He found his own veteran and the veteran requested him. Jim Bob never talked about it at work, but he walked the walk. He was from Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And that was his job while he was in the military. And now he's one of our best volunteers at Talons Out. I've been on the board. I just recently got off the board. I was on the board for 7 years, but it's about time for a younger generation to take over. See, some hubs only took World War II and then they dissolved. Whatever they had left, they gave to National. Talons Out is one of several that have decided to keep this thing going. So after Vietnam vets, when that starts getting thin, they're going to start with the next generation, which I believe was Iraqi war veterans. But right now, they're some of our staunchest supporters. You find them, they're ready to volunteer in a heartbeat. They're with the VAs and the, not the VAs, but the American Legions and bike clubs. And they like to ride and raise money. And it all helps, but. I can't think of anything. Usually I don't have a problem talking.
Does every state have a Talons Out chapter or?
They have an honor flight
Honor
chapter.
Flight.
They're all, Talons Out is the name of the local hub here.
Okay,
And used to have to explain that to people. I mean, what's a Talon? I said, well, you know what an eagle is? Because that's where it came from. Yeah. We didn't know it either at the time when the hub was formed, and you have to have a logo, and you put it into national, and it's registered more or less with them. Well, that year I went to a group. You see, every year the hubs from all over the country get together for a meeting in Washington, DC for about 3 days. And that's about our only chance to take the time to actually see the memorials, because we're so concerned with the veterans that we've got, and that's your focus, and you don't really have time for anything else. I've seen you get these veterans that say, well, they don't want to go because they're afraid they're going to break down in front of everybody breaks down. I've been to the wall 9 or 10 times now, and I've cried every time I got there. And that's exactly what I tell them. Everybody does. It's emotional, yes. You know, the whole day is emotional, but it's well worth the trip. Yes.
So one of our members was gifted, I don't know if it was by his kids or by his family, a trip on the honor flight, and he went with his brother, and it was he had been to the memorial before, and what you said is exactly it. He said there is no comparison to going with a group of people who were the same as you. You were 18 to 20-year-old kid in a foreign country. And for him, it really allowed him to reconnect with a lot of the people that he was in the service with. And he does more things that way, which he never did for the first 40 years post Vietnam.
I think it was like flight 4 or 5 in there, and we took a group of veterans, and 3 of those veterans knew each other. They served together, and they thought it was strange. They all lived in Michigan. And when they got talking even further, they all lived within 60 miles of each other. One was in Lansing, and a couple of them were down this way. So they started getting together one day a week at a town in the middle. They picked at random, and they went to breakfast. And they were still going last I knew. It's stories like that that keeps the rest of us volunteers at Talons Out going. That makes it worthwhile.
Are the planes donated, or do you rent them? How does that work?
There's usually at least 2 companies, but they have to be able to come in, fly into DC, and we charter the plane for the day. And that we have to pay for. They give us a discount. Reagan, we fly right into Reagan Airport in DC, saves gate 1 for us every time. So these guys don't have to walk, because with World War II, I don't know how many times, well, I can't go, man. I gotta go to the bathroom every hour. I said, yeah, you know what? We're gonna have a whole plane full of them like that. He said, and we've taken that into consideration. They get off the plane, the bathrooms are right there. They go down a half a flight of stairs and about 50 feet of lobby, and the buses are waiting for him. So we also have buses. We break into buses in DC, and 4 or 5 buses depending on it. So there's buses we have to pay for there. We're paying for a police escort, but it was the older police officers that were our escort all the time. The young ones didn't have a lot of. So the last few times we haven't had a police escort. But you know what? We've had the same bus drivers, and they're really good at staying together. And if they break a little law, the police are the same thing. I didn't see nothing. So because they know who's on those buses.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dave, for very interesting. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you're doing. All right, we appreciate all of it.
Does anybody else need a flyer?
Yep, there are flyers, make sure he has lots of flyers, so make sure you pick one up. Maybe you're a veteran yourself, maybe you know a veteran, maybe you know somebody that might qualify to go out there. I know my cousins went, I know a few other people that have gone, and it's, as he said, it's quite the experience for them to go. So, and he'll be around here afterwards if you have some more things you want to talk about with them, so. Okay, all right, I think we're up to the game time. All right, so I'll turn this over to our committee and we'll get to start with the 50-50 tickets, the blue tickets. So, and then we got the card draw, then we got the membership drawing. So who's got the stuff?
Derek's gonna start.
Good. Okay, we got 50-50 tickets. So these are the blue tickets.
It's gonna be 3 drawings for $7, $7, $7, and $8.
Okay.
Let's have somebody pick one for me. You mind? Right. The last 3 numbers are 336.
336 on your blue ticket.
Would be your president.
Oh,
right. Wait a minute, 336 or wait a minute, wait.
That was
Three, was it 336 or?
336.
Sorry.
Right over here.
Sorry.
Oh, sick. It's hard to remember Jim Bond.
She was at retired teacher meeting. I was there. I seen her mother.
Okay, second drawing.
500. Spouses aren't allowed. No.
Last 3.
It happened too many times in World War II.
292.
292. Blue ticket, 292. Yeah, Hope's got that one. All right, one more.
Last 3 numbers are 332.
Teresa.
All
right. Okay, you got the membership?
How are we giving up the membership during? How much are we giving?
Remember, we have
No, we're gonna find out.
$9.75.
$9.75 for the membership draw tonight. And we have to be here tonight and had to be here at the last meeting.
We just got your name.
I think.
Oh, not here. Money rolls over. Okay. And we got the card draw now. Derek Dean, he cleaned us out last week, so we're starting again. All right, $9 for the card draw. He's got the card draw.
Sorry about that.
$9 for the card draw. So, Muriel,
The next person just says lefty something with the same last name.
The ace of spades.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, now. We, yeah. Yeah, this is 52. and it goes down. And we're about-
They want.
Wow.
Oh, the king of spades. Bye bye, king of spades. And it rolls over. Okay, tail twister Maureen. It's all you. It's happy butt time and everything else.
Yes, this is the first night we're gonna start collecting. If you don't have your name tag or pin. Here, pay it down. I've already got Jim's dollar.
My happy bucks, I have one for the program tonight. Thank you. That was wonderful. One for everyone that participated in the zone project and zone meeting. Thank you. And one for Kids Site.
I'm gonna give you $1 because I don't have, mine's still here. I have nothing, I have my clothes on. And if you even knew, the amount of doctors I've been to, and I'm going to, you'll know that getting those clothes on where I'm just a work of art. Because I got a buzz from Dorothy, she dropped something off and I was fixing my legs. I got boots that I put on that I blow up and all that sort of things. I was right in the middle of the boot controversy, whatever you call that. So anyway, I'm happy to do that. It's out from the talents. I love it, love it. I'm done.
Okay.
John.
Okay, one for the program tonight. It's great.
Anybody here? And you got your tags, how about you?
Nope.
Thank you. Put that one in my pocket. So we keep it separate.
Money for Maureen and money for the club. No, I am completely full. No, I don't have to pay for anything.
No, you don't.
My first dollar is for the program. I have worked with girls in Kalamazoo whose husbands flew for Talons Out. Larry Yarger talking to me about Talons Out. I think this is a wonderful program, and as our veterans age, it's really great that we're doing something for them instead of just saying, oh, it's all about us going to visit. They need to go and visit. Second is for my good friends, Nance and Ross, that are here tonight. I'm really glad they were able to have a good dinner and listen to a good program. Kids Site, those of you who have not been trained, you need to come out. We had a lot of fun. We enjoyed ourselves and got to visit a lot with a lot of families who are really concerned about their kids' eyesight, and they're glad that we provide that service. Anyone whose kids went to the Outdoor Education Center, please come out this weekend. It's going to be a little nasty out, but I think it's going to be really cool to see how nice it is out there. And last but not least, Jane, good luck on White Cane, even though you're passing it off to Brian.
Well, I have one for the Bedford Fall Fest and Kids site that we did there. It was a wonderful day. And then one for last Saturday, we had all my family over and we had a wonderful family event in our house. So that was a very happy day at our house.
Roger, did you have something?
I do.
I have $1 for the program. It was very interesting to hear about it. I've known several people that have gone and I've been to see the memorial myself, but I only wish my dad could have gone. Whether or not he would have, hard to say, but you know, I'm glad that service is available for folks to go see, you know, the memorial to their sacrifice. And so the other $1 is for all of our guests tonight, and it's great to see everybody here.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna be admitting that I am a rule breaker. I don't have my pin or my name tag. And program, $1 for the program. I really appreciate Dave coming. I worked with Dave for years at Kellogg's. He's a terrific person, and I think that Talons Out is just a wonderful program for our veterans. And this is just for everybody that's here tonight. And good to see you all.
I am all decked out here. Here's the money. First of all, the program, I know who Dave has gone, but this was so interesting. I know quite a few people that have been to Washington, DC over the country, and it's wonderful. Awesome.
You'll cry.
Yep. And money for all the visitors here tonight. That's so exciting to see. Roger and I are glad to be back. He is not here. He's a little under the weather tonight, but we're glad to be back. I mean, a month is a long time to be gone. We loved Alaska, even though it was rainy 9 days out of our 11 on the ship. Great visit in Idaho with our son, daughter-in-law, and granddaughters. Got to see one of our granddaughters, 2 of her track meets, and that was exciting. And one little aside, I know very few people know one of our members, Dave Mays, but his wife Kathy is in the midst of having radiation treatment. She had a complete hysterectomy. She had cancer of the uterus, and she is now, this is her 2nd week out of 5 getting radiation over in Kalamazoo. It's 5 days, 5 days a week. And so right now she's doing good. She is even driving herself when Dave can go play golf. So remember Kathy in your prayers. Thanks.
Okay.
Have one for the program, and also one, I went to the doctor this week and I've got clearance to go back to work, so.
Girl power with these total joints.
One for the program. I met Dave on Monday at a teacher's luncheon. That was great. And one for all the visitors and members that are here tonight.
Thank you. Another one? Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot. I have one tonight for Lyndon B. Johnson. Why do you ask? Because in 1964, he signed into law the White Cane Law that we celebrate October 15th. So on October 15th, don't forget to stop someone and tell them about the White Cane Law.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're about ready to wrap it up here tonight. Thank you, Maureen, for that. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We got White Cane on Saturday, and we'll try to stay dry as we do that. Board meeting next week, and then we're back here in 2 weeks, and Annette Hembrick will be talking to us about that. So, all right, so thanks for coming and thank you for all the new people and visitors that are here tonight. I appreciate you coming. Think about being a Lion. A lot of things we're doing for the community, a lot of good out there and a lot of good people in the club to help you. All right, make sure to check out all the sign-up sheets over there for the parade and fall cleanup and the conference. All those information is back there. And drive careful going home tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, fish on.